What's going on, guys? It is Terp JMJ here, and I'm going to do a story time video. Now, if you clicked on this video, it is not clickbait. Someone really did get shot through this whole thing. So, if you guys didn't know, I ride BMX, and also, if you didn't know, those bikes can get very expensive. And so, one day I was heading to the corner store, which is probably, I don't know, 2 minutes down the street from my house. It's not far at all. And we always go there, and we never think anything of it. It's always me and a couple friends because we all ride bikes. And so we were heading down there, and we get our normal stuff. We just walk into the store. We leave our bikes outside. Now, I can definitely be taught because now we always wait for someone to go into the store, and then we just switch off almost like a little routine. But with this time, just like every other time before this incident, we did not. We just walked into the store and decided to grab a couple drinks. And so when we walk into the store, we seen these kids, probably a little bit younger than us, probably around 18 to 16. And when we went in there, it didn't seem like anything. Didn't seem like bad kids at all. So, we didn't think anything really of it. So we walk into the store, get our drinks, and they left right when we walk in. Should have been a red flag. Didn't really think about it. So as we walk out of the store, we realize, well, there's something wrong. One of those things wrong is there's no more bikes outside of the store, and those kids are nowhere to be seen at all. So immediately, and I've never had my bike stolen before. Now, my friend that I was with, he has, but this was the first. And again, these bikes are very expensive. Both of them were very expensive. Oh, I'm sorry. Thought that was an enemy. But here's somebody. Oh shit, yeah, we got him. So I'm recording this live as I play. But, so we walk out and there's no bikes there. And there's this homeless guy, because this is our local corner store, that is always sitting out there. So we ask him immediately, hey man, did you see anything? Where did our bikes go? And he said, hey man, I am so sorry, I didn't know those. I thought those were your buddies pulling a little prank on you. They just took off this way. I hit marked that. Got him. So we're trying to figure out, we're standing there dumbfounded by the fact that we just got jacked by some punk little kids. And we're trying to figure out what our next move is. So right off the bat, we start asking people, hey, did you see anything like that? Can we get, the video from the store or something like that? And probably 10 minutes after this happened, there was a couple in their car, and we asked them, hey guys, do you think you could ride around the neighborhood and, see if you can see anything? And they were super down, so that was really cool. And so we're sitting there for probably about 5-10 minutes just waiting on these guys to get back with some answers, hopefully. And I'm pissed off, so I'm very quiet. My friends, trying to think on what to do next. Again, we've never had this happen to us, and we've been going to this corner store for years. So it's kind of messed up. So, like I said, about 5-10 minutes goes by, and these people come flying into the corner store. We're still standing out front, and we let the people at the corner store know. We know them, so we let them know, hey, this is what happened. And it was a little bit cold out, if I remember right, and of course, I was expecting to go home right after this, so I didn't have a jacket on. I had a tank top on. It's wind's blowing. It's cold, and so these people that we had go and check. I hit market that again. But to go check, to drive around the neighborhood, do a quick little sweep, they come flying in to the corner store. And I could tell they are a little bit panicked. So there's a guy and a girl, in case I didn't mention that before, and the guy is in the passenger seat, the girl was driving. And so when they pull up on us, they say, hey, we found your bikes, and these kids dropped them, they're right down the street, but they just shot my boyfriend. And I was like, really? So I look down at this dude's leg, and he has a bullet wound on his leg. Now, it was a .22, so it wasn't anything crazy. He wasn't bleeding. It wasn't anything crazy like that. But he really got shot. Like, there was no doubt about it. It was a good little flesh wound. It kind of freaked me out. I was like, oh my God. Because honestly, if we would have seen these kids, of course, we'd be chasing after them, and for all we know, we would have been shot as well. Got you. But so they tell us that our bikes are down the road. The kids shot them, and they dropped the bikes and ran. And so we immediately called the cops. But the weird thing is the dude shot. So he's just sitting in his car, and we're sitting there for a minute, dumbfounded even more now that this guy got shot. Now we really don't know what to do. So I was like, "Yo, man, do you want me to call you an ambulance or anything like that?" And he's insisting no. He kept telling me, "Do not call the ambulance. I'll be fine." And this dude was shot, like no doubt shot, and it was kind of crazy to see. And he was taking it like a champ. So we definitely called the cops, because you know who else are you gonna fucking call when that shit happens? And so the cops show up tenfold. I mean, probably like 5 or 6 cops show up, and immediately start asking us questions, all this. And there's the road right down the street. I'm not going to name it, but we told them, yeah, this is where they were seen. They said that the bikes were still there, so they got the descriptions of our bikes and got them. And all of that. Description of the kids. And honestly, I didn't really get a good look at these kids because, you know, didn't think anything of it. They didn't look like they were the most thug-looking kids, you know what I mean? But looking back now, can't really trust anybody. So they do all that, and we're sitting at this corner store now because they said that they were going to go look for the victims, and the wait here should take 20 minutes, and they'll be back. And so one cop finally comes back after 2 hours, and again, we're just sitting there. And he says, "So we think we found your bikes. We can't confirm it for sure, but it fit the description. We have not found the kids yet." And so we're like, okay, cool. And we're thinking, well, okay, they found the bikes. We get to take them home. And so he said, yeah, I need to talk to my sergeant, see if we can release the bikes, but we might have to take them for finger scanning. And I was like, okay, that kind of sucks. I was just hoping to ride my bike back home. But again, we've been sitting there for 2 hours now. And they told us they'll be right back. And they, like I said, there was like 5 or 6 different cops that were on this thing, so it should be pretty easy, I would think. So we're sitting there, we're waiting, and they finally come back with some pictures of the bikes, and we're like, yes, that's it. And thank God they didn't question that it was our bikes, because I didn't really have much proof. And so we keep asking them, hey man, do you think we're going to be able to take these bikes back? You know, we just live right down the street, it's getting kind of late. And this all happened about 7 o'clock at night. It is now 9 o'clock at night. And we're still sitting there. So finally, the cop leaves. He said, we'll be right back. We'll let you guys know if you can get your bikes back. So another 3 hours goes by. And just so you know, the convenience store that is by my house, it is not a 24-hour convenience store because they would always get robbed. So they close at midnight. And so we have, I think it was about 20 minutes until the corner store closes, and we are still waiting for this cop that said I will be back in 10-15 minutes, like he said the first time. Took him 2 hours. So we are still waiting, still nothing. And the lady at the corner store, she said, you guys are welcome to sit here until we close, but until then I can't really do much for you. And again, I am freezing. I am super cold. My friend thankfully brought a jacket or something like that, and he also had a backpack, and it was kind of scary because just in case YouTube tries to pull a fast one, let's just say he had some broccoli on him that he just got. Now we weren't, we didn't use any of it before this all happened, but he had his backpack, and they stole the backpack too. And so then we're kind of thinking, well, should we even tell the cops that it was your backpack just in case they find that stuff in there? Because we don't even want to deal with that. And so we're discussing that, and finally the corner store closes, and we are now super sad. We didn't really get a number from the cop. Well, he took our numbers. We didn't get his number. We got badge number and name and all that. And before he left, he told us that if the bikes do get taken, to call the impound lot, which was kind of weird. I didn't know they impounded bikes at the actual impound lot. But he said to call there if we don't see each other again and see about information about getting the bike back. This is not gonna. Oh. So, we're waiting there. 2 months later, we finally get a hold of the impound lot. I get a letter in the mail. It says we can go and pick up the bikes. And we never know if the 2 kids got caught. The guy is okay. I've seen him around. But that is the story of us, me and my friend, getting our bike stolen.